Yeah. Okay, so good evening, ladies, gentlemen. It's nice to see you one more time today, Thursday, the 4th of July, 2024. Okay, so what are we going to do today in this moment right now? We're going to check the schedule. According to schedule, today and on Saturday, we're going to check the information we are going to need to develop the test, the test in the platform. So because according to the learning guide, this is the first evidence we're going to develop in this series of courses, right? In this course. So according to the learning guide, it's better to read this part. Mediante la presentación de esta evidencia, el aprendiz puede demostrar su competencia para señalar semejanzas y diferencias entre seres vivos, o sea, comparative and superlative adjectives. Vamos a estudiar comparativos y superlativos. Al resaltar sus características utilizando adjetivos cualificativos en sus diferentes grados de comparación o en grado superlativo, asimismo formular o responder preguntas usando estructuras de tiempo presente para realizar descripciones respecto a las características de lo que observa. So, the second topic is simple present tense. And as you know, and as you have already practiced before in level 4, 3, 2, and 1, there is always a listening component in the tests. Therefore, you're going to listen an audio, right? So this is what we are going to do. According to the schedule, today and on Saturday, we're going to study topics that you already know because this is level, this has been studied on level 1, 2, 3, and 4, but sorry, we need to be repetitive sometimes to develop this test. So we already know this. Goodbye and goodbye. Goodbye learning guide, goodbye the schedule. And let's see how are we going to present the test. So we go to Sayuna. Remember, it's Sayuna, not Sahuna, because it comes from the Arawak language, and that means seed, semilla. So we go to Sayuna, we type our credentials, I mean our ID number and our password, visit our course, right, in Business Work Level 5, and in here, in Actividad de Aprendizaje Guía, you are going to find the first activity, test, reading and listening. You have until the 31st of July to complete it. In my case, I have an unfinished test because, well, I needed to see what would be the questions. Therefore, that's why I have a 0 here. But just that. In your case, you're going to find a button here that's going to say start the test or begin the test or something like that. Let me see. Oh yeah, continue the last preview perhaps, and you're going to find you're going to find 5 pages. Some of them are going to have audios, so you will need to practice your listening skills. And at the end, when you finish the test, you're going to find oops. Oops, 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 oops. Yeah, you're going to find a text saying what's your score between 0 and 100. So 70%, between 70% and 100% will mean that you have already passed the test. But if you get a 69, 51, 32, 17, or whatever, you will need to repeat the test. So you can repeat the test as many times as you want, or more specifically, as many times as you need. So there are unlimited options to repeat the test. And to check your progress, to check your grades, on the left of the platform, there is a link saying grades. It's not
Javier,
gradas, no? It's calificaciones. In this case, here, grades. And you will see in grades
Javier,
an A.
Javier, Javier, una pregunta.
Yep.
One question.
Hmm?
But how many times we have to opportunities development this test? Only two?
Unlimited.
Okay, by the The platforms show two opportunities.
No, in fact, maybe there is a mistake of the platform, but they are unlimited. If after the second try you cannot open the test, let's suppose you need 4 times, but on the third one you cannot, let me know via forums or via email or WhatsApp, or what's the other kind of channel? Oh yeah, this here, the dialogue, or maybe the classes. Let me know that you cannot open the third try, and I'll do some changes in the configuration of the test, and I'll make this test be available for you unlimited times. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so let's continue. In the link calificaciones or grades is not gradas. Somebody some months ago said, "What's the meaning of grades? ¿Por qué se llaman gradas? What's that?" So no, it's not gradas. It's calificaciones. Okay, here in grades and calificaciones, let's see, cambia rol. Oh yeah. Yeah. Here in grades, you're going to see a D, that means failed. You need to repeat the test. Or you're going to find an A, that means that will mean that you have already approved the test, the activity in this case. In terms of the test, you're not going to have feedback because it's not possible to give you feedback on the tests. But on the forum or in the presentation or the video presentation, you're going to have feedback. It's highly probable that you will receive feedback. Okay, this is about the test. So this is how you will find, where you will find the test. But goodbye this, we don't need it anymore. We have a question here in the chat. Yeah, it's unlimited. Yeah, so you try not to take 100 times the test, right? Because the idea is for you to do it in the least amount of times, possible amount of times. But if you need 700 times to repeat the test 700 times, you can do it. Okay, no problem. Yeah, Samuel.
Thank you, Javier. I have one question.
Yep.
Would you please remember how can I access for the meeting on Tuesday in order to practice our oral skills? Would you please remember the route?
Remind, okay. Sure. Every Wednesday and every Saturday, only Wednesdays and Saturday. This week is an exception because yesterday, Wednesday, we had our induction class. So today's class should have been should have been done yesterday. But next week, the following week, and the last week, I mean, let me see the calendar. We will have class on the 10th, on the 17th, on the 24th, on the 6th, on the 13th, on the 20th, and on the 27th at 8 p.m., always at 8 p.m., on the same link you joined today. So I'm going to give you the link. You're here, so you already know the link. But just in case, I'm going to type it here in the chat, because maybe you are going to lose it. Additionally, in the platform, let me show you the platform. In the platform, in the link announcements, yeah, anuncios, you're going to find an announcement that says up online session 0, and this online session 0, 1, 2, 3, you are going to find the link for our sessions. However, on Tuesdays, and I think this is your question, I don't know why I forgot this. Every Tuesday, every single Tuesday, we're going to have a conversation club. Always at 7 p.m., always at 7 p.m. And the link is going to be always the same. The link is going to be, I'm going to type it here in the chat because I'm pretty sure you will need it. Yeah. And the last session, at least according to the schedule, is going to be on August 27th. So next week, we are going to talk about regular exercise linked to a better night's sleep. This is my session. Next week is going to be Joanna's session. It's going to be about the United Nations, Colombia. Next one is going to be introducing people. This is for Carlos, I guess. The 30th, the 6th of August, the sessions are not prepared yet, but as soon as my partners prepare their topics, I'll upload them here in the announcements and so on. So these are the sessions we're going to have every single Tuesday at 7 p.m. So the 2nd of July, planning a trip. This was yesterday. Next Tuesday, regular exercise. The following Tuesday, United Nations, and so on. So this is all. This is in the announcements. The announcements is this announcement has a title called Conversation Club. So what's the idea of these conversation clubs? The idea of the conversation clubs is that you join here and speak. Doesn't matter if you make mistakes. It is irrelevant. The idea is that you expose yourself, try to do something. If you can, if you can give if you can make an effort, a bigger effort than before, it's going to be better for you because the idea is for us to correct your pronunciation, correct your grammar if you need to correct it, and to try, right? Because it's like when you learn swimming. You cannot learn swimming just by learning theory, right? You need to go to the pool. You need to learn how to float. You need to learn the styles, and everything is done in the pool with the water, right? The same happens here. How can you improve your skills? By exposing yourselves, speaking, listening, and participating. So the idea of the Tuesdays session is that you participate. So answering questions, and in my case, I'm going to give you a text. So the idea for you is to read extract of the text, a fragment of the text. But every single instructor is different, so the topics are going to be particular for each session. But once again, the idea is for you to practice with students from our FICAS. Every single Tuesday, the link is going to be always the same. I don't know if that was your question, Samuel.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay.
I forgot the term conversation club. Is the conversation club next Tuesday? Okay, so I'll be joining there.
Perfect. Group B.
Thank you.
My pleasure, Samuel. Okay, so okay, we already know what we are going to present this week. According to the learning guide, we are going to present a test. So what do we need to know to present the test, right? According to the learning guide, we need to remember how simple present tense works. We already know that simple present tense has two legs, two arms, right? The first part, two parts, two sections. The first section is the study of verb to be, and the second section is the study of another verbs like study, create, believe, enjoy, and so on. So focusing on the verb to be, the verb to be is very similar to Spanish. It's very similar because in terms of applicability, we are using the verb to be in Spanish and in English to talk about ser estar. So we are in Colombia. This is a location. We are engaged. We are married. We are single, marital status, right? We have relationships. She is my sister. They are my friends. This is verb to be. Emotions, I am sad, and so on. Everything related in Spanish to verb to be, sentimientos, emociones, relaciones afectivas, estar cansado, estar triste, emociones, and so on. The same reason why we use verb to be in Spanish is the same reasons are going to be why we use verb to be in English. What's the only difference between Spanish and English? That we are going to use verb to be to talk about age. So in Spanish we say, yo tengo 17 años, tener, right? But in English we say, I am, she is, or we are 17 years old. Let's suppose we are 17, let's suppose. So this is the applicability. The same reason why we use verb to be in Spanish is the same reason why we use verb to be in English. Even the structure is the same because we need a person that creates an action, that performs an action. For example, Mariana is sad. Mariana está triste. Marcos is engaged. Marcos está comprometido. We are family. Nosotros somos familia. I remember the roots. I don't know why. And so on. So the same structure in Spanish is the structure in English. Exactly the same. Taking into account that verb to be is conjugated as am for I, is for Mariana, Santiago, and the dog, he, she, it, and is conjugated as are for every plural subject. That's all you need to remember. When we are talking about negative sentences, like in Spanish, yo no estoy triste, I am not sad, right? The only word we add to the affirmative sentence is the word not, the negative statement. That's it. The only difference between Spanish and English is that we in Spanish say, yo no estoy, right? The negative word is after the subject, but in English is the negative word goes after the verb to be, after. And just to remember, we can contract these negative sentences. We can say, I'm not, is not, isn't, or is not for third person of singular, are not, aren't, or are not for plural forms. Remember that we use are for we, you, they, am for I, and is for she, he, it. And with names, is for Mariana, Carlos, and the dolphin. Okay. And questions. What about questions? In Spanish, we change the order of words to create a question, right? For example, Mariana está casada, right? Mariana is married. But if we don't know, we are not sure, we want to know if that's correct, if that is true, right? In Spanish, we would say, ¿está Mariana casada? Mariana está casada. ¿Está Mariana casada? Right? We change the order. The same happens in English. Is Mariana married? That's all we need to know about the organization of verb to be, because the organization of verb to be in Spanish and in English is almost the same, almost. The really important part we need to remember about verb to be is that we use the conjugation is for Marcos, Daniela, the dog, are for you, we, and they, and am for I. That's the most important part you need to remember, because this is completely different between Spanish and English, but the applicability and the structure is very similar. So verb to be is incredibly easy, super easy. However, as you know, I guess, I suppose, I think, in my opinion, a better way to remember these topics is by practicing them. I'm going to give you a link of a game for you to practice this topic. So the link is in the chat. I'm going to share with you the QR code in case that you want to join with the QR code. And I'll wait for you. Well, oops. Yeah. When the timer says 45 seconds, I will start the game, okay?
One second, please.
Sure.
Is there any number? Ah, now
Yeah.
I see.
53,
53.
81,
Okay.
62.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Pleasure. Okay, let's go. Don't forget to use the powers, superpowers. 2 more minutes, guys. 2 minuticos más.
I like the competition.
Group E. Okay, I'm going to stop the game now because most of you have already finished. Okay, third place for William, second place for Natalie, the first place for Samuel. Congratulations. Let's see the difficult questions. If there are difficult questions, okay, there are many. So let's check. What nationality are there? Are they? They are Russian? Yes, they are from Russia. They are of Russia? Definitely not. They Russian? Definitely not. In my opinion, I would say they are Russian, they are from Russia, and both are correct. According to the platform, it is only acceptable they are Russian, but in terms of reality, I would say both. However, the question here, the clue is here, the nationality. Talking about nationalities, we say Colombian, Brazilian, Mexican, Argentinian, and so on. Because both options are correct. Both options, both questions, both answers, sorry, are absolutely correct. Both of them. However, the question is clear, nationality. And talking about nationality, we say Russian, American, British, and so on. So, however, both are correct, but the question says nationality. That's why we cannot say they are from Brazil, they are from Russia, they are from Bogota, right? Whatever. Are you pilots? We are talking about you. So remember that the verb to be for you is are, right? You are, we are, they are, and so on. In this case, no, we are. No, it's not a completely the answer. Yes, they are. No. Yes, we are. Maybe. Yes, I am. Definitely not. Why I am saying yes, we are? Because we are talking about pilots, a group of people. So this is like this. I'm asking Nasli, Samuel, Mafe, Natalie, and William, all of you. Are you guys students, right? You are going to answer to my questions according to your point of view. And your point of view is that you are a group and you're part of a group, right? So you say we. Yes, we are students because you are included in the answer. However, if I say, William, are Natalie, Mafe, Samuel, and Nasli your partners? You would say, yes, they are, right? Because you are not part of the group in this case. So in the same happens here. Are you guys, you four pilots? Yes, we are, because you are answering me. You are giving me a reply to my questions according to your point of view. Got it? And the last one question. What's her job? Her job is actress. My job? Definitely not. I am an actress? Definitely not. She's an actress? This is possible. Her job is actress. Something's missing here. In this case, the missing word is an article. So that's why we say she is an actress. Her job is to act. Her job is an actress, could be better, but this is not completed. So this is 50% correct. I couldn't say it's wrong but I wouldn't say it's correct. I mean, people can understand this answer. A lot of people can understand it. But the fact that you can understand something doesn't mean that the sentence is correct. It's like in Spanish. It's like in Spanish. Hombre con hombre, mujer con mujer, así mismo en sentido contrario. You can understand it, of course, but is it correct? Maybe no. Or like, así lo conocí y así lo querí. From a former president from our country that I don't want to remember, right? Do you understand that? Yes. Así lo conocí y así lo querí. Of course you can understand that. But is that correct? Maybe not so much. But this is a better answer. She is an actress. You can understand both of them, and they are almost perfect. But this is 80% perfect, and this is 100% perfect. Okay, so, okay. That's about verb to be. That's the first part of simple present tense. The second part is the use of another verb different to verb to be, because all of this is part of the simple present tense. And before I present the theory, I want you to practice a game. In this case, we are going to be part of a ship, a submarine. We're going to work together because we are a lot. Yeah, 3 minutes. Or 5? Yeah, 5. I'll give you the link first, and then I'll tell you the instructions. You have already practiced simple present tense. Therefore, this must not be new for you. This must be already known for you. I'm pretty sure this is not new for you. However, I'm going to explain this topic because maybe you have already forgotten this. But take into account that this is not new for you, therefore, your score must be good. Maybe not perfect, but must be good. Meanwhile, if you say yes to the first question here, it's because you are capable to open your microphone, okay? I mean, there is a question that says, ¿está de acuerdo en describir el símbolo durante el juego? If you say yes, it's because you can open the microphone, okay? Or you can type quickly in the chat. Okay, we are 5, and we are 6. I'm going to give you 1 more minute. 8:38, I'll start the game. I'll start with the instructions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and me 6. Perfect. Let's begin. So, we are all part of a submarine, a yellow submarine, like in the Beatles. What's our objective? We are part of a crew. Somos una tripulación, parte de una tripulación. Okay? Our objective is to dive deeper and deeper in the ocean because we are explorers and we want to know what's under the water, right? We want to know what's there. We are explorers. However, like in the William, do you remember who is the writer of Mil viajes de lengua submarina, de la Tierra a la Luna, and so on? Julio Verne, I guess. I guess it's Jules Verne, I guess. Okay, let's suppose, like in Jules Verne's books, this is not a safe journey because we need to pass some difficulties. And the difficulty is that there are monsters on the ocean. And this monster here, monster, whale, animal, whatever, is going to try to eat us. So we need to escape from the monster. And to do that, we need to answer correctly the questions we are going to see in our cell phones. Okay? As soon as we finish, as soon as we escape from the monsters, and we get deeper and deeper in the ocean, one of us, I don't know who, but one of us is going to see a symbol in his or her device. Is going to see a pair of scissors, a triangle, a tool, or whatever, and this person will have to describe this picture to the rest of the crew. Okay, so that's it. Then, good luck. Break a leg. Remember, we are all part of the crew. Hurry, hurry. The animal is going to eat us. Okay, Mafe, what do you see? What do you see, Mafe? A broken heart, 10 points. A place where you put a... I forgot the word. Mafe. A water supply, a water supply.
A hydrant.
Hurry, guys. Okay, time up. Okay, let's continue. The beast has eaten us. La bestia nos ha comido. Sorry. Let's go with the second round. Okay, Nasli, what do you see? An SOS, a warning signal, a percentage, or a T. A T, listo.
A T.
T.
Yes.
The letter T, guys. Everybody, everybody. Now, Nasli. Second picture. SOS. Everybody, guys. SOS. Hurry, guys. 10 seconds. Somebody's missing.
The game logged me out.
Ah, okay, that's why. You can join again with the PIN number. The PIN number is here, 2349868. The link is Kahoot, kahoot.it. Okay, this is the last round, I guess. Okay, the picture is a camera. The icon of a camera. I have 3 answers. Four answers. One more missing. Eight seconds. 3 seconds. Okay, a hand. A hand. Oh, okay, time out. Okay, this is the end of the game, I guess. And we as a crew are a shrimp. The captain is Nasli, good job. The engineer is Samuel. And the sailor, we have no sailors. Okay, that's weird, strange, but okay. So, okay, that's it. Let's continue now with the explanation of the topic because you have already practiced this exercise. So, Nasli, tell me, you have raised your hand.
Sorry, teacher. I
Okay,
click
don't
off
worry.
on the picture, but I don't have a question.
Okay, like the song, don't worry, be happy. Let's continue then. Okay, so to talk about simple present tense, the second part, the B side of the cassette. I'm living in the 90s, so I'm sorry. We use simple present tense for 5 reasons. The first one is to talk about repeated actions or habits. Something that's going to be repeated in the time many times. That's something almost permanent. There is a story that says that Immanuel Kant used to, the great philosopher of the 18th century, from Königsberg, today Kaliningrad, I guess. It's a Russian city today, but he was German on those days. People said that he was very thorough with his time, riguroso. So he always woke up at the same time, always went to the same places at the same time, always took the cafe took his coffee in the cafe at the same time. So people in the town said, okay, Emmanuel has woken up early today, so my clock must be wrong. I'm going to adjust it according to his behavior, because repeated actions and habits are something permanent. So I always remember this situation with the story of Emmanuel Kant. I don't know why. A permanent situation is another reason why we talk about simple present tense. Something permanent is something that is going to be difficult to change. It can change, of course, but it's very complex, very difficult to be modified. For example, in the past, we believed that something permanent is that we live in Colombia. Maybe you are living in Brazil or Madrid or I don't know, in Switzerland, perhaps, but it's very complex, it's very difficult, it's not very common for people to live in different places. I mean, you can live in different cities because this is normal, this is very common. But to live his or her family, live their friends, is something not so easy. So it's something permanent to live in the same area. It's very common, right? Not for everyone, but for most of people, right? Okay, let's continue. Hobbies, preferences, and opinions. When you have a hobby, the hobby is something almost permanent. In fact, habits and repeated actions are permanent things. Hobbies are almost permanent things, because if your hobby on Saturday afternoons is always go to the stadium and see the soccer match of your favorite team, the green one, the blue one, the red one, whatever you like, in basketball, soccer, tennis, whatever. So it's very difficult for people to don't do it, because this is something that you love to do. This is a hobby, your passion. If you do exercise very frequently, from Monday to Friday, for example, and you don't go one day, you feel like something's missing, because a hobby is that. Something, if you don't do something, you feel bad because you're not doing something that you love. So when people love what they do, right, they do it frequently, and this is something permanent. Another way to mention it, this is a hobby, right? Fourth situation, for general truths. Something that is acceptable, real, true, here in Brazil, in Canada, in Mongolia, in Conchinchina, right? By the way, Conchinchina, interesting word. Está de aquí hasta la Conchinchina. Ese personaje vive en la Conchinchina. Is that a fake word? Or is that a real place in the world? Conchinchina. Remember that word, because I think if you investigate that word, you're going to find something interesting. I'm not going to give you the answer of this question, but maybe you want to investigate a little. You want to do a research. Example of this, a general truth. In the past, we believed that the Earth, the planet Earth, was flat. That's what we believed. We know that's not true now. But Galileo Galilei had to face the wrath, the wrath of the church, because according to the church, the Earth was the center of the universe. And Galileo said, no, the Earth moves around the sun. That was the truth on those days too. we believed that the Earth was flat in the past. We know that's not true today. Even the Greeks believed that. The Greeks discovered that the Earth is not flat, is round, because when they were in Egypt, they with the calculations of the shadow of the buildings in Egypt, they discovered that with some mathematics, they discovered that the Earth is round, it's not flat. But if you go to the coast and you see the ocean, you see a line. And when you see that, you may think maybe the Earth is flat because there is the horizon is a perfect line. In the past, there were two philosophical schools called rationalists and empirists. Empirists believed that knowledge came with experience and with the senses. So how do you know that how do you know that ice burns you? Because you touch it. When you touch ice and you keep it in your hand, you're going to feel that your hand burns, and that that knowledge can be gathered for you just by experience. Instead, rationalists with René Descartes, because David Hume was part of the other school, René Descartes said, no, all the knowledge comes with the reason. We need to think to get the knowledge, right? So that's why he invented mathematics. He created the plano cartesiano, right? He was a mathematician too. And he said, all the knowledge comes with a reason. If we don't think, we don't get the knowledge. Immanuel Kant said, no, you are not correct, but you're not right. You're not wrong either, because all the knowledge comes with the experience and the reason. So he mixed both ideas and he created his philosophy, part of his philosophy. So this is general truth, something that's acceptable in the world. We believed in the past that the earth was flat. That was the past, not today. We believed in the past that the earth was the center of the universe. Today, we are sure that's not true. In the past, we believed that the water boiled at 100 centigrade degrees. Today, we say depends, because if we are in the coast, that's not true, because the environment is already hot. So this is not absolutely true. But this is why we use simple present tense. I do this because sometimes remember stories helps you remember different topics. I love to do this. That's why I love history. Okay, this is the fourth reason. And the fifth reason why we study simple present tense is because we are going to predict the future. What kind of future? A future that is already organized in our schedules. That it doesn't matter what we do, this event is going to happen. Doesn't matter what we do, this event is going to happen. So there is a meeting on I don't know, with your high school partners next month. Okay, if you go, great. If you don't go, sorry. But this event is going to take place, I don't know, in Bogota, let's suppose. And this is not going to change. And there is a schedule here. We are predicting the future, and this future is going to happen, right? Nearby, it's highly probable that it's going to be held nearby in a close future. We are predicting the future, but it's highly probable, 99% of probability that this event is going to happen. We don't know the future, but the probability of this event happening is too high. So that's why we study simple present tense. Repeated actions, to talk about repeated actions, to talk about permanent situations, to talk about hobbies, that's a permanent situation, to talk about general truths, something that's acceptable here in Colombia, in Brazil, in the Conchinchina. This is part of Vietnam, and I already gave you the homework. And finally, to predict the future. We can instead, in fact, organize these two reasons in two. To talk about permanent situations in the present and to talk about predictions of the future. That's why we study simple present tense. And just remember, with simple present tense, with affirmative sentences, we need to be careful with Mariana, Santiago, and the rhino, right? Because these three subjects, he, she, and it, are going to modify the verb. How are they going to modify the verb in affirmative sentences? They are going to add s, es, or ies at the verb. That's it. Example, when we have a verb different to verb to be, and that the action is done by Mariana, Santiago, and the aunt, right? If this verb ends on Y, and before the Y there is a consonant, F, R, D, F, T, whatever, this Y is going to change for IES. Example, we study, Esteban studies. First situation. Second situation, if the verb ends on S, X, CH, SH, or O, the verb is going to be changed by adding to the end of the word ES. I kiss my couple, Andrea kisses, ends on SS. Fix ends on X. They fix their car, Daniel fixes his car. CH, we watch TV, Daniela watches TV. SH, I wash my clothes, Marcos washes his clothes. And O, you go to bed early, Camila goes to bed early. Second situation, and the most common situation, just add S. We work, Camilo works. That's it, right? This is with affirmative sentences. And with affirmative sentences, we always need a person or a group of people that perform an activity, like in Spanish. Nosotros corremos, ellos estudian, Felipe nada, Camila escribe, whatever, right? We need a person or a group of people who perform an activity, an action, and this activity action is also going to be called as verb. The verb here is going to be modified if Mario, Martina, and Luna, the dog Luna, if they perform an action, because the verb is going to change, is going to be changed by adding SES or IES on those cases, if Mariana, Marcos, and Luna perform the action. Example, she has beautiful eyes. Remember that the verb have, the conjugation of third person of singular for the verb have is has. This is an exception like verb to be. However, if your cousins are those who perform an action, the verb doesn't change. They do exercise. What about negative sentences? With verb to be, we said that we needed to add the word no in Spanish, not in English, right? The same, almost similar, something similar is going to happen here, because we are going to add a negative statement here. But the negative statement here is not only a word, it's a compound of words. It's going to be do not or does not. And the contraction is going to be don't or doesn't. Where are we going to put this? Like in Spanish, Marcos no escribe, Mariana no vive en Bogotá, para no ser tan trágicos. Ellos no juegan, and so on. The same happens here in negative sentences with simple present tense. The negative part goes between the person or the group of people who perform an action. So between the verb and the subject, because the group of people is going to be called subject. That's it. And what's going to happen with the verb? we are not going to modify it. We are going to use it in its verb form, in infinitive, without any change, because that's why we use the auxiliary verb. For example, we don't study, or the long form, we do not study. In this case, study is the main verb. And he doesn't sing, or the long form, he does not sing. Take into account that the verb sing is not changing, because that's why we have the auxiliary verb. Finally, remember that with verb to be, we used to do a change in the order of the words. First verb to be and then the subject, taking into account the affirmative sentence. With simple present tense, we are going to do something very similar, because now the auxiliary verb is going to begin the question. Once again, the main verb is not going to change, because that's why we have the auxiliary verb. And when are we going to use do, and when are we going to use does? We're going to use does when the person who is related, is mentioned in the question, is a man, a woman, an animal, or maybe an alien, it, right? And we are going to use do for everybody else. Do you like to play football? Does your sister live in Madrid? Do you want to visit Canada? Does your best friend work at Sena? I don't know, whatever, right? However, if you want to make longer questions and stronger questions, not a yes/no question, you could use WH questions like a when, where, how, why. Why do you study French? Where do you live? How often do you eat bread? How often do you eat? How often do you practice CrossFit? Let's suppose that. So, WH questions give you the possibility to formulate, to create questions, open questions, to create a dialogue. Like in Spanish, they go at the beginning of the question. ¿Cuándo? ¿Qué tan a menudo? ¿Por qué? ¿Cómo? ¿Con quién? And so on. Right? This is very easy. Let's go with a game. Yeah. This is the word, la conchinchina. So let's go with a game. This is the last game of. Oh yeah, I have more games. Let's go with another Kahoot. You're going to have 3 minutes to complete the game. I'm not going to play here. The idea for you is to reorganize the words here, just reorganize them to create a sentence, a correct sentence, be this a question, a negative sentence, or an affirmative sentence, okay? You have to just reorganize it. You're going to play this. Yeah, 2 minutes is more than enough. Pleasure, Samuel. Okay, I'm going to start in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go with instructions. You obviously have to answer correctly the questions here. And to do that, after that, you're going to have some flags. This is a flag, bandera. You will have to place the flags next to territory of your color. So if you are part of the team blue, the blue team, your flag must be placed here, 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 or here. Okay? It must be next to a territory of your color. What's the objective? The objective is to conquer the territory of your rivals. How do you do that? You can surround the tower of your rival. So if you are the blue team, you have to surround this red tower. Option 1. Option 2 is to place your flags on the color, on the territories already conquered by your rival. Okay, that's all you need to do. Good luck. You have 2 minutes. Remember to advance. The objective is to conquer the territory of your rival. Recuerde avanzar. El objetivo es conquistar el territorio de su enemigo, ¿no? De su rival, pues. Samuel, ¿cómo es el territorio azul? Mafe, ¿cómo es el territorio rojo? Equipo azul, si se come las dos cositas rojitas, gana. Great. Round number 1. Congratulations. Let's go with round number 2. You have 10 seconds, I guess. $30 seconds. And time up. Okay. Congratulations, Team Monster. You won twice today. Excellent job. Congratulations. Okay, so let's finish with this game and let's go with the last part of today's session. I guess it's better to do it today and not on Saturday. So the last part of today's session is related to some listening exercises and some tools I think you are going to find nice to improve your listening and at the same time your speaking skills, but especially your listening skills. And these are 2 pages. The first page, the first web page is lyricstraining.com. This is a platform that you can use to improve your listening skills. This is for you to improve your skills with music. And what's the objective? The objective here is to find, to look for a song. I'm going to find someone for me because I don't know what do you want. So I'm going to look for a song. And I'm going to choose, I don't know, my favorite stranger. Here you have 4 possibilities to choose: a beginner, intermediate, advanced, expert. So I'm going to choose expert just because. And you can choose a writing mode. So you need to be fast typing, or selection mode. This is a little easier for me. You don't need to create an account. This is not important. I'm sorry for the publicity. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. At least you don't need to listen to this. Okay.
Teacher,
So,
can you suggest?
Sorry?
Excuse me. Teacher, can you suggest us one website that we can use to practice oral production?
Writing?
No, speaking.
Speaking.
Yeah.
I'll do it in a moment. Just in a second. I'll do it in a moment. Don't worry. So, in this case, you are going to listen to the song, and your objective is to choose the words that you are going to listen in the song. Entonces, so in my case, I already know the song, Some Perfect Stranger. But, en fin, so this is the objective. The objective for you is to complete all the section, all the words without making mistakes, right? And as fast as possible, because if you take some time to choose the words, this bar is going to reduce, and will make you lose the game. So I like this platform because you can learn, you can improve your listening skills and your writing skills with this. So maybe you don't know how do you write favorite. You know the pronunciation is favorite, but here is the typing. So Favourite. Perhaps you thought that it was Favorit. Perhaps. So with the lyrics here, you will be able to know how to type correctly. Maybe, perhaps, it's possible that you want to do some kind of karaoke. I mean, meanwhile you are typing the words, you are singing the song, so you can improve your speaking skills with this platform too. Because with music, you can improve a lot because you are doing something that you might like. So choose the gender, choose the group, choose the artist you might love, and practice with this. This is the first platform. The second platform, pleasure. The second platform, and this is my favorite, is called BO Screen. I love this platform. I'm pretty sure William already knows this platform because I guess on level 3 I showed this platform, I guess. I'm not really sure, but I guess. And this platform is interesting because the idea, you need to create an account, but the account is free, so don't worry for that. Everything I show you is free, so you don't need to pay for anything. So don't worry for that. I love this platform because this platform allows you to choose the difficulty, right? For example, beginner, elementary, intermediate, and so on. Allows you to choose a grammar, something related to grammar, simple past tense, present progressive, and so on. The difficulty in terms of amount of words, maybe you want to listen 13 words and more. Maybe you want to try something easy, something for kids. And you're going to see here some extracts, some parts of a movie, a documentary, sorry, a movie documentary, a series. And it's going to take maybe 7-10 seconds, no more than that. Your objective in the platform is to translate what you listen. That's the objective of the platform, but not my objective. Let me show you. He says, I don't have any friends. In this case, my proposal for you to improve your listening and especially your speaking skills is to repeat what you see here. I don't have any friends. And I hope you do it in the same way he does it. For example, if the character is sad, you repeat it, you imitate his sadness. If the character is happy, you repeat the words he's saying, being happy, right? With imitation. Don't say just, I don't have any friends. Well, I don't have any friends. No. The same way he does it. I don't have any friends. Another example. This is simple present tense. That's why I chose this. I love this movie. Maybe you want to watch this movie on Sunday. This is an excellent movie. It's about the Second World War. The Great Dictator by Charles Chaplin. I forgot what he said. We think too much and feel too little. Pensamos demasiado y sentimos muy poco. We think too much and feel too little. And just to give you another example, I'm going to stop showing you some sentences of simple present tense. I'm going to do something in, I don't know, for kids, because maybe this is too hard for you, or maybe too basic. This is possible too. So let's go with 7 to 9 words.
His first book was rejected by 27 publishers.
Su primer libro fue rechazado por 21 empresas editoriales, creo.
His first book was rejected by 27 publishers.
27. So his first book was rejected by 27 publishers. Once again, the objective of the platform is for you to translate from English to Spanish, what you see here, but I don't like the Spanish of the platform because the platform uses some Spanish from Spain, and this is not the way we speak. So I prefer to choose, I organize the platform to give me a synonym of what he says here. So his first book was rejected. A synonym is 27 publishers refused to distribute his debut in literature. So this is the same but with another words. However, once again, my purpose of this platform is for you to listen something and to repeat this. Listen, repeat, listen, repeat, listen, repeat, listen, repeat, listen, repeat. His first book was rejected by 27 publishers. Okay, so this is the second web page. It's voscreen.com. I'm pretty sure you are going to like it. I love it. This is my personal opinion, but obviously there are more web pages, but for me, these are, for me, these are the best. There are more, but these are awesome. Okay, that's all for today, ladies and gentlemen. On Saturday, we will meet again at 8 p.m. and I will teach you, I remind you, because you already know this, I remind you how to use comparative and superlative adjectives. So until Saturday, 8 p.m., unless that you have any questions for me, in that case, you're welcome to mention them. If no, I'll meet you on Saturday again. Okay, I guess there are
Thank
no
you very
questions.
much.
My pleasure,
Good night.
Samuel.
Thank
And
you.
good night for you too. Thank you very much for coming, guys.
Teacher, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome.
Bye,
Take
teacher.
care.